All right. Are we live? We are live. How about that? Live on a Thursday afternoon. Do love that. Let's see. I'm going to bring up the Twitch page myself. Maybe I can see what's going on here. Got 0 viewers. Good turnout. See what's going on in Refraction now. Let's head into that portal. See what's going on. I'm going to be here in the chat, taking questions, taking requests. I see we got someone in the Portal channel dusted off a bunch of dollar bin records and started effing around. Love to hear that. I'm gonna throw some reacts on that. Let's get a little loop going, eh? Let me find some. Let me go grab a mixing bowl. We got a viewer. Yo, we got a viewer in the house. We got one viewer, baby. It's time to learn how to pure rave. So here's a cool technique. And of course, if anyone has a question, feel free to drop it in that chat. Alright, so what I like to do here is, I've got a mixing bowl, right? So I like to start by trying to center it best I can. This is a fun little, this is how I approach this one. We were like, what do you call it? Make pottery on a wheel. This is kind of like that. You gotta try to center the bowl sometimes, At any rate, what this does is it prevents the needle from moving forward. So actually, I'm going to turn this around, kind of give you an idea of what it looks like when it hits. See? It's fun to move it around, like when you're actually performing too, because people tend to like that when things go crazy. I mean, I do. I like it when things go crazy. That's a nice little shot right there, right? Look at what it's doing to that needle. Nice. So what I do here is I now have this thing that's skipping, right? And it's skipping at a rate of 133 beats per minute because that is what records skip at. That's just the mechanical reality of it all. 133.3 beats per minute. So what I try to do is I try to cue in, if I want to bring in other things into the mix, something like that, I usually try and bring them in at the same tempo, and I think that it makes for a really cool effect. You know, they link up. It's like synchronous. This is all laid out in the Pure Rave Manifesto. I'm navigating between both the Twitch chat and the Refraction Nina portal. So shout out to Doug White. I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name. I see we got Devon in the mix over here. This is cool. We're hanging. We're chilling. All right, I'm gonna demonstrate another. Technique for getting these things to loop, and it's gonna be toying with the tone arm. So what I do is I make the tone arm so light that it kind of like floats a little bit. The effect of this is a bit of a distorted quality of the actual recording. But sometimes you can get it to jump. Actually, so while I've got you here in this format right here, so one thing I do like to do, and let's say I've got a mix going or whatever, and I've been zoning out on a loop or whatever, I like to actually smack the mixing bowl to get a different loop. So I'm gonna stop talking and then allow you to see what happens when we change that loop. May have smacked that one a little hard. Ah, man, the imprecision of it all. That's why we do it, right? Let's try again. I'll demonstrate. Let's see. Well, this is a record that is already burnt and screwed up with. So I'm gonna try a different record out. No clue. No clue what this record is. Let's see. So. It's a cool loop. Okay. So, now I've got a nice little hypnotic thing going on, so let's take a chopstick. Nice. Yeah, I like that. Sounds great. All right, I'm going to try demonstrating that technique where what we're going to do is we're going to make the tone arm super light, and I'm going to actually put some stuff underneath the record and see if we can get it to kind of bounce a little bit. Now I usually have the Technics 1200s, which have really, really fantastic tone arms to work with. This is a Numark that was basically in the trash. My friend had two of these that he hated. He just was gonna throw them all out or something, or sell them for $20. He just gave them to me, but I found that they've been great for pure rave stuff. So the Technics tone arms tend to bounce a bit more, and so every turntable does these things differently. But this is actually quite nice. Yeah, that's cool. Now, one thing I also love to do is run kind of stuff like this through effects pedals. I just got this awesome mixer, and the aux send on it is broken, so I wasn't able to demonstrate how to use, like, I don't know, delay or phaser, with something like this. But I've had instances where I've got one turntable to just bounce quite nicely, like the sound, and run it through delay, and it's like having the bouncing turntable tone arm with delay. Everything about it was just so bouncy and fun. Anyway, a lot of this is kind of like delicate calibration and experimenting, so it's not so much like this like Twitch stream today is going to be so much of a performance as it is kind of a demo. Very experimental. Also, I can't really hold this mic, and I have to put it down and two-hand the thing, and I don't know, whatever. So let's see what else we can make happen here. Pretty fun one. I think in lower volumes, the sound of like a record scratching or something like that doesn't become, it's not as jarring. However, if you were to kind of do something like this on a gigantic sound system, big warehouse or something like that, you might not like it, I don't know. But then you can head down to your EQ or whatever. So I'm gonna, you can experiment with the EQ here. I'm gonna take the mids out, throw in lows. It definitely changes the dynamic. So these are cool techniques. Now imagine, see how it's like so percussive? Pretty cool. Imagine just having, 2 or 3 of these kind of going at once. It's these sounds start layering on each other. It's really quite nice. Let's bring this turntable goes to negative 10%, so let's see what it's like when we slow it down a bit. It's interesting, the sound of the needle scratching. Of course, the sound of the needle scratching doesn't like go lower, So it goes straight. Let's let it do its thing a little bit. So if we're at minus 10 here is 10%. So 10% of 133.3 would be 13.3. So we're probably at a smooth 120 beats per minute. But don't quote me on that. I'm not much of a mathematician. But yeah, of course, doing a mix at 120 might be a bit more agreeable for people who don't like fast techno. If you did thirds and if it's at 133.3 and you brought in another element that was, like maybe it's a drum machine or something, but you brought it in around 100 beats per minute, you might get an interesting polyrhythm developing there. All right, let's see what other techniques we can get going here. Sometimes you put a can on there because the skate sort of thing is driving the record towards the outside. These Numark tables, though, their anti-skate isn't it doesn't like fling the record off the table as much as the Technics, though, so I actually didn't really need it there. Cool, so that's like, taking the record and, not even putting it on, like not putting it on the actual, what do you call it, the spindle of sorts? Like, so it's not centered, it's more of an off-center, wobbly thing. Those are always fun things to screw around with. Let's see what else we can do here. Let's see. Oh, I'll demonstrate. So I burnt this record when I said, it's kind of like, burn CDs or something. Anyway, so I burned this record. You'll see that in the tutorials that we put forth on the Refraction DAO Vimeo page. So this one was lit with a lighter. Both sides got screwed up. We put the tape on there to kind of catch, make sure it like stays on those grooves. So let's see what happens. You might need to adjust. There's two ways you can do this. You can adjust. So, here's another thing to take note of. So this is more of like a concave. You can't really see it. The camera quality is not too good. This is a concave indent of sorts. So the needle's going to go down into that valley and then come out. The other side of it is pushed out a bit, so we might be able to get it to like jump. So let's see if we can get this thing to jump. Of course, you're going to need a light tone arm on this one. No, with this one, see, the Numarks aren't going to do it unless I got some like WD-40 out and really kind of made this tone arm. It's kind of sticking, which is fine. You can get new techniques out of this one, but the techniques would it would actually bounce. You can catch it in the tutorial videos. We did it with Technics. So, in order to keep this one in the zone of the good loop, we're going to use a mixing bowl to keep it there. I thought I had a super burnt record over here. I probably gave it away. I give a lot of records away. Pretty much anytime someone shows interest, I give them the record that's being played. Now, if you had one of like ortophone style needles, you could do one of those, you know, like those kind of skips where you actually break one of the records. The ortophone style needle will actually like hop over the broken record. It's super cool. But you can't do that with these. These are like these old like Shure M50 SM. What are they? Shure. What are they? MM4s, or no, M44-7s. I think they discontinued these, but there's similar housing. These are just like, I went with these because I was doing some research about like which turntables, like which cartridges like scratch DJs use, because I wanted them to be really durable. And I haven't like had to replace them. They're all extremely durable. It's been like 4 years now. But the ortophone ones, you can get a lot of really cool effects on, just because it's more of like comes down like that. Really cool. Maria Chavez always uses like the ortophone style needle. Works out really well. These, there's it's gonna catch. It's not gonna work on this. All right, let's see what else. See what else. I don't have like CD DJs, so I'm not able to show you how I would like, you know, sync up different loops or whatever. Let's see. I don't know. Does anybody have any requests? Any questions about stuff? How the mix is going? Is anyone just put some records out there? Anyone worried about their needles? You don't gotta worry. They're super durable. Actually, I like this as like a percussive element. It's really nice. Oh, I forgot I had my EQ all screwed up. There you go. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's one more I'm going to demonstrate with this turntable in particular. Because the tone arm is so like stiff, one thing we can do is actually turn the weight so low that it'll just start skipping. It won't move. It's just so stiff and kind of like hovering. So let's see if we can do that. There we go. So this is sweet. It's so light but stiff that it's kind of just staying right in place. This one's really cool because then you could bump your table and it'll change the loop position. So I'll show that. that's sweet. So that's sweet. I have a standing desk. I've never used a standing desk technique. Let's see. Sort of. Oh, sorry, I broke it, but sometimes you can just get it to stay. Oh, here's another one. I forgot about this one. You can actually keep your tone arm up, like so, and then put something under the record, and then the record will actually lift up and meet the needle. So let me demonstrate that one real quick. Using a pretty delicate record here, I'm going to change it out. Now, it may not sound like much. This is one turntable doing one percussive element. If you can think about in terms of that, like, okay, now I've got this thing that I can build on. You know, maybe it goes somewhere from here. So maybe you have 3 of these with these short staccato kind of note hits. Maybe put a delay on one of them or something. It's a really cool way to just use the indeterminacy and chance of it all to create something. All right, let's see what happens when we. So this is a cool style cartridge, right? In that it has the housing right behind it. So if we were to add more weight here on the tone arm, we'll get kind of a similar effect in that the needles is being lifted by the cartridge housing itself. So I'll show you what that looks like. I gotta find a record that doesn't the grooves on this one because it's a 12-inch 45. I gotta find one where the grooves actually get closer to here because the anti-skate mechanism isn't very good on these Numarks, which is fine. Hold on. And sometimes you kind of have to let it fall into place with the balance of your skate and your tone arm. So it might take, I don't know, a few revolutions for it to fall into an actual loop. Oh, one of the cool things with this technique is you can always shake the table or change the loop position through physical force, and then what tends to happen is that it comes back to that original loop position after a few more revolutions, which is a cool technique. You can also stack some stuff underneath one of the legs of your turntable, and that kind of screws with the balance a bit too. I'll put like a book under it. Now I think we've got this one, you know, like if you go to a restaurant or a cafe and the table's a little wobbly. Now I've got a situation like that. It might be fun to play in a percussive way.
Bite it, me ram it, stick it, jump. One bed, I'm the girls, them. Oh, welcome, door against wall. Welcome, the door against wall. them mountain them, them mountain them. Stand up, stand up, and stand up, stand up, and stand up. Welcome the, I'm the girls them sugar against wall. Welcome the, welcome the, welcome the, welcome the, welcome the. Stand up, and stand up. Welcome the, I'm the girls them sugar. Welcome the, welcome the, I'm the girls them sugar. Welcome the, welcome the, welcome the, I'm the girls them and song. Them mountain them, door against wall, 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 and song. Stand up. Them mountain them, song. Palm bed, palm, pretty mirror. Get it up. Remove your hand. Ask me why.
There's no right way to do this. There's no wrong way to do this.
Ask me why.
If it's not fun, maybe that's the wrong way to do it.
Why? Foot up,
Let's see what we can get out of this.
Nah, you ever not. Nah, you ever not. Nah, you ever not. God, close your right part. Come from step girls. Close your eyes, God. I miss that. I forget not. Close your eyes, out. Close your eyes against what? Against what? Close your eyes against what? Against what? Scar. Bit that. I want miss bit that. Bit that. Come from scar. We sex against what? Close your eyes, bite. We score against what? Come from step out. Come from step out. Come from against what? Close your eyes against what? We sex them out. We sex them out. Song. Of the dance hall. Bed pump floor against. Bed pump floor against. We sex them up. 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 That's all. Your body shapes up. Your body shapes up.
Beanie, can I be a...
Means that we...
Cool. So, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, this is fun. That's just a short handful of fun little things that can make your life more exciting on the turntables. You know, I don't know. Put a burger on there. Put a hot dog on there. Get some materials going. Make the record wet. I don't know. Have a needle dedicated to playing wet records or something. I've never had a wet record actually. I wonder if a wet record would be nice. I just don't know. I'm not afraid to try. Yeah, let's try it. See what happens. Nothing. Nothing really. You know what? It changed the loop a little bit. Adding wetness to the manifesto. You can make the record wet. Sounds fun. All right. Thanks for tuning in to the Q&A today. Had a great time demonstrating some techniques for you. I'm assuming that there's no questions because I explained everything extremely well. Everyone knows everything about this at this point, so I'm just gonna say thanks. I'm gonna be streaming more often. So we just started this Twitch stream, so make sure you give it a follow. That way I think you get a notification when we go live. But I am completely obsessed with the looptube.io method, where you open 4 windows and then just bring up like random videos and you make the loop on the loop tube like so short, or I don't know, you can just screw with it, but that you get like these really interesting percussive elements to it and then overlap them and stuff. And I mean, I have like a custom PC. It was built for like gaming. I got it for editing videos, but I think it's like gaming GPU or whatever. Anyway, it's a high quality computer I've got over here, and so it's able to take 4 windows and really just like screw with them, and they're able to loop pretty well. There's like a split second of silence, so that's why you kind of want a few of them, and it's really imprecise, but I just love it. It's so much fun. We actually the chaotic mix series that what was it, Bergsonist was part of, and they put a mix out last week. So we've got one of those dropping soon, and I just use the entire like loop tube suite. I'll call it that. I just really got into the streaming thing. I'm learning how to do the OBS or whatever. I'm using it right here. You can do stuff like put a picture on it, right? So like, look, I can make this picture bigger and smaller, and it's streaming this to you. So I can like go through my computer and put other pictures on the screen, and then you can look at them. Look, it's so much fun. I don't know if you've ever used this. It's so cool. You should do this. This would be a valid thing to submit for the Minted Chaos thing. You could do a loop tube mix stream kind of thing. Here, I'll put a nice picture of shaking hands on the screen. That's nice. So you can do all kinds of stuff with this software. It's really great. Anyway, no more screwing around. All right. Have a great day, everyone, and follow us on Twitch so that you get updated when we go live. Thanks a lot, everyone.